Hello, Josh and Sam. Welcome back to Swindon't. Don't you forget about me. We're still in Europe. What a shock. Let's have a look at our recent fixtures. We followed our 2-0 win against Bnei Yehuda Tel Aviv with a 3-0 win at home. Musa Fall, Roy, and Jurgen Becken scoring in our 3-0 win. Lovely, lovely stuff. We then followed that up with a 9-0 win over Standard Liège. I don't know quite how they're so bad, but it gives me hope because they are they're Belgian, and I think Venlo are Dutch. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say, it's good because, we know that we're better than teams in that division, but we're not because it's a completely different division. Never mind then. Anyway, and then we followed that up with a 1-0 win over Forest Green. Alberto scored the only goal in the first half. We were fairly dominant, and that's nice. Trouble is, one win. Everyone else has played one game. We're 8th because Liverpool and Man City both scored 7. Ipswich, on their return to the Premier League in a long old time, certainly nearly 20 years, they got beat 7-0. Spurs, who won the league only 2 seasons ago, only 3 seasons ago, got beat 7-1 by Man City. So, the league is probably beyond us already. But that's fine, because today we're going to play 2 games, and both of them are against VVV Venlo. So let's do it. Let's play VVV Venlo. We're going to bring Ortega in, we're going to bring Brookfield in, and we're going to bring in Irvis Shahou. Could have believed it. Let's do the away game at the Seacon Stadium de Coul. You can hear the washer, by the way, has gone into overdrive. This is the team we're going to start with. Alberto and Wilmot up front. Let's do it against VVV Venlo. They are playing, let's see the quality of some of their players just so that we know. Their striker is poor. Maybe then we should really be looking at how good the centre-backs are. Oh, they are poor. They are poor. Daniel Hogman, he's bad. The goalkeeper is 21. He's actually all right. He's just come off Ajax. Give him a scout to see what the scouts believe about him. Anyway, we're going to play 4-4-2, of course. So are they, the classic Dutch 4-4-2. They've got a player called Jacko, which I like. Let's go passionately saying I have faith, because I do. So, if we win this game, we go through to the the group stages of the Europa League. That'll be fun. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I know they're poor, but it doesn't mean anything. Now then, I'm suspecting we're going to be fairly good against the sides in the Europa League, mainly because as Schlansk, when we were them and we just about sort of snuck through to the fight. Okay, so we're 1-0 down. We snuck through to the final of and won the Europa League over 12 years ago now. That was we had to really struggle and fight for stuff, but because we're a Premier League team, just the quality of the league means that we're better than most of these teams anyway. So we should, despite the fact that we are losing 1-0 to Venlo, go through. Musa Fall hits the crossbar. Would have been a beautiful response. Now, we're not playing at the county ground yet. We will be soon. But I want to describe, because I did do the looking at the 3D mode. They are disappointingly sort of rigid, and they sort of just spin around a lot and kick the ball. It's not very good. I was considering recording a video to watch it, but I find it hard to watch. The way I thought would be best is to play like this, but have the replays in 3D. Yes, it is getting embarrassing. You are quite correct, Mr. Lyon. The problem being that this version of the game, so you can do that in the later ones, just have the replays in 3D. This version of the game, you cannot do that. So I couldn't, and I turned it off because it made me sort of feel a little bit motion sick watching it, because it moves quite quickly as well. Otherwise, you'd have to watch them a bit slower, and then the games would take ages. But the ground, I did... Come on now. Well, Europe is not looking good at the moment. Let's try and get an away goal, hey lads. Salvage it against fucking VVV Venlo. Bullshit. They don't even have words. It's just letters. Idiots. Okay, so I'll try and make this point before the bloody tie is completely over. The renovation of the county ground has been extensive. Usually, or rather, in reality, the Bordeaux crosses Laveau at the back post. No, so the ground in real life is big stand here, and then uncovered stand here, and covered but very small cop end here. What they have done is they've put a roof on this end, and they have rebuilt completely the town end, the home cop end. Oh, it's a great finish from Alberto. We have the away goal. Let's hope we can now rein them a bit further in. So yeah, they've replaced the town end, and they've knocked it further back. So I imagine the car park that sits behind there is much reduced, and they've put the corners in. They don't have corners here, but they have the corners in these parts here of the county ground now, and it's quite an impressive looking ground for, at least on Football Manager 12 standard. Come on, lads, please. Wilmot, Alberto, big ball, no. Hermans, Zwartoid. Okay, Brandfilov. What are these players? Lund, Hermans, up to Laveau, Brandfilov. Fall, up to Wilmot now. You're better than him! Ay, they're playing out their skins, these lot. They've only had 2 shots on target. They're 3-2 up. 3-1 up. Getting ahead of myself. Laveau, Brandfilov, fall to Brandfilov. Alberto, okay, he goes for a second goal, doesn't get there. Kirsten Dunst in goal there. He makes the save. Riedel rises imperiously above his striker. Somehow he's been beaten by him twice, and was it Riedel that scored the own goal? It was. Wilmot now, he doesn't go past his man, but Fall gets the ball anyway. It's gone in. That's an own goal. Yes, it is. It's 3-2. We've got 2 goals in 5 minutes to bring us back from the brink. Ooh, okay, so we're right back in this tie. I was worried, but I did have the confidence that, I mean, even if we had lost 3-0 or 3-1, I would have thought we'd have got back to the next game in England, and we'd have probably gone through comfortably. Mash has just returned home. Ben's recording a video. How are you? Mash is good. She's dancing. Her friend gave her a lift home. Swindon are playing against a team in the Netherlands. No, literally not even responding. Good. So anyway, we've won a corner. 60 minutes on the clock. I'm going to make a change in a moment. But Brandfilov, Riedel can't make amends. So how's things looking? Brandfilov doesn't seem to be playing very well. Shea, who can come on. Let's give Gillich a run out. And Roy can come on for Wilmot. Up top, try and turn this around. Alberto. Brandfilov. Great ball from Brandfilov to Wilmot. Missed. Roy replaces Wilmot. Laveau up to Roy. He goes past his man. He doesn't quite. He turns back. Gillich, though. Poor effort. I think at the moment we'll take 3-2. It's away goals, this thing. So 2 away goals. We'll probably beat them at the county ground. We'll allow it. Shehu crosses. Blackler back out to Shehu. No, Blackler shoots, but he misses. The other problem I found with the 3D view is that I couldn't find a good camera angle. Like the one it defaults to is director's view, which sort of sits on the halfway line and then just looks left and right, and then it changes. Oh, Shehu. It changes for like goal kicks and kickoff, which are quite nice. But I couldn't find a good one that meant you could actually see stuff, because here you can, even though you can't always tell exactly how things are done, you can see how close things are all the time. Whereas like there, it's this weird. It looks like a normal game, but because it's it can't zoom in, at least on this version of it. And so I saw one of our players scored a goal, but you just couldn't see any detail of it really. Like you just saw him score, and it didn't have any kind of didn't have any real gravity to it. So that was a shame. De Horn, Shehu, Roy, big Roy up to Laveau, Shehu out to Bordeaux, Blackler. Chavaria doesn't score. Kirsten saves. He does a big old kickball, and it goes up to Riedel. Riedel's been dominant in the air with his own goal. Alberto's going to get booked. Come on now, please. Thank you, please. Let's have a goal. Let's not lose. Okay. Up to Gilic. Gilic to Alberto. Alberto doesn't score, but Roy doesn't score. Alberto. Oh, God. Oh, this is to rescue a draw away at VVV Venlo, just in case anyone's wondering. Shehu, great ball to the back post, but Chavaria, he's a little winger, he's not going to get there. Nizaga, yeah. 2 letters away from being incredibly offensive. Niklas Lund gives us a foul on the edge of the box. Can we have a goal here? Can Blackler shoot? He does shoot, but it's gone off the head of Hermans. Now then, Chavaria gives it to Alberto. Alberto goes round his man, just needs to cross it in. He does. Gilic, no. Oh, I mean, he shot, but it was going to go way wide if that hadn't bounced off one of their players. Good. Riedel does well. He gets fouled. Do we have enough time? We do. We still got over a minute. We could still nick an equaliser. Riedel to Gilic. Gilic up to Roy. Roy scores. What a finish from Roy. What an absolute finish. We've come from 3-0 down in Europe to draw 3-3 with VVV Venlo. Excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. Let's see. Do we get another chance to... No, that's it. VVV will take this despite having been 3-0 up. Calm, you were unlucky tonight, we'll say that. I don't know quite why Brian Chavaria is so upset. We absolutely dominated them. We should have been out of sight, but we weren't. Nevertheless, I'm sure they'll join us on our EasyJet flight home from Venlo to Swindon, and we will then play the return leg in a moment. We relied on a bit of luck. There was always a lot of football to be played. It was an excellent goal. It was an absolute epic. Alberto was outstanding. Let's continue. Now, we'll probably start with Roy in this game because he did so well coming on last time round. I'll also probably start with Novotny because Chavaria is a little bit... well, do we want to do that? I'm not sure. 2 other things we've done is we've sent... one other thing we've done is I sent our young Danish striker who's tipped to be a very good player. He's 18. He's gone on loan to Championship side Sheffield Wednesday for the season. So hopefully he will be the man to score them some goals. They wanted him as first team player, so hopefully he'll get some game time and improve. So there we go. How are you guys doing? The other thing is I've got £9 million to spend, but I'm not sure what to spend it on. I'm not sure if I should go on a splurge of youthy players, like young players, to grow our homegrown status, because we have a lot of players who are not homegrown, as in almost all of them are not homegrown, and so I'd like to boost that by bringing players through from the age of 16, 17 so that they at least become trained in England, if not trained at the club, and therefore contribute towards our larger registered squad size. Masha making lots of noise as per usual, even though she knows I'm recording.
Little bit noise.
Even though she knows I'm recording. She's making some water for herself. I bought some wine, it's in the fridge if you want some.
No, I'm fine, I want water.
Masha wants water. When we have 2-room flat, this won't happen. Man, even Ipswich spent more money than we did this season. Okay, so this is the Premier League. Oh, FC Minsk fired their manager because they are down in 9th in the table. Bate Borisov are going to win the league, probably. They always do. Alright. Kagdala. Everything is good.
Chocolate place. Actually very nice. And
yeah, okay. Good, thank you. Masha was in a chocolate place with her friends. Okay, so Liverpool won the first game of the season 7-0 and then followed that up with a 3-0 loss away at Wolves. Ipswich did better, only losing 2-1 at home against Leeds United. Coventry versus MK Dons. Lovely stuff. There was no one particularly interesting who came up. Wow, Tottenham bounced back as well. They lost 7-1 and then they win 5-1 the next week. God, Man City must be good. Yes, they beat Charlton 2-0. So who's bottom now? Must still be Ipswich. Yes, it is. Good. The other cool thing is I'm really following the progress of Dagenham and Redbridge, who, okay, they're in 16th. I'm pretty happy with them. AFC Wimbledon up in 3rd. Oh, that'd be nice. Whereas Sheffield Wednesday at the bottom. God damn it. Of course, I send my player to the worst team in the league. I'm hoping that Dagenham and Redbridge stay up and then go up into the Premier League. I'd like to see Bristol City come to the Premier League because obviously it would give us a bit of a local rival. It would also be nice to see someone obviously like AFC Wimbledon come up, or some smaller clubs come up and join us in the Premier League to join me and Forest Green Rovers. But we'll have to see what happens there. Rotherham, Boston. It's a weird championship table. Villa at the bottom. And who is it at the top? Is it Crawley? Is that Crawley? It can't be Crawley. We'll never know because the damn game is still bloody progressing. Come on. I don't think it's Crawley. White and red. Could it be black? But no. Could it be... Who could it be? Who could it be? We'll never know because the game's always loading. Sam mentioned he likes the silence, which is good because the game is now running itself into the ground. We are 40 years into the future. It is Crawley at the top. Lovely stuff. When did they come up last season? Or did they... Well, no, they were in the league last year. 13th. They still play at the same ground? Still play at... What's it called? Ford Park? No, that's new. Ford Park. Who's it named after? Marco Ford. Legendary manager. Legendary... Was he a player? Yeah, he was a... Okay, so he was a legendary player for he only retired 13 years ago. He's a shitty scout for Luton Town, and he's got a stadium named after him in Crawley. How weird is that? That's lovely stuff. I absolutely adore that. I'm glad that we picked up on that. Well done. Crawley for the Premier League. Ford Park. Yes, please. That's so another thing that I was thinking of, speaking of stadiums, new stadiums and their names, we've had Wheatland Park, obviously, at Weston-super-Mare because the old ground, the what was it called, the Woodspring Stadium, was able to be expanded to something around about 30,000 seats before they agreed to rebuild it, and that was after I had left. I am not a legend at Swindon yet, anyway. Where am I at Swindon? Have I moved up into past favoured personnel? I'm still a favoured personnel, but I'm getting to the end of the list now, so I should be up onto Icon soon. If they were to build a new stadium, I would hate if they called it the Swindon Stadium. I'd love if they called it the Don Rogers. So one of the stands at the current ground is the Don Rogers stand, or John Trollope. I mean, any of these guys would be fantastic to have a stadium named after them. That would be fun. Let's see. We're predicted to come 11th. I just saw there. That's fun. I'm no longer allowed to tell the board I'm going to finish any lower than mid-table. Whereas for the past 3 or 4 years we've been saying, oh, we're going to definitely be avoiding relegation. Then they changed. So this season I have to say the minimum expectation is to finish in the top 10, which seems harsh, but fine. Now, what do we say? So we're actually going to leave Chavaria in the team because I'm worried about his mental skills. What? And I'm also going to leave Branfilov. I'm actually not going to do anything other than change and put Roy in because Branfilov and Chavaria were the two that didn't play very well, and they could do with a bit of positivity if we can go out there and batter this lot. I have faith in you. We should do, because I mean we absolutely nobbled Standard Liège not too long ago. So let's see what we get. Lund de Gerve. Yeah, so the stadium, it's got a little rounded corner here, a little rounded corner here. This stand is big, this stand is still big. This is the Don Rogers stand in real life, and it would have been in this game as well. This is the Arkell stand, named after the local brewery. Come on, their shit. You fucking kidding me? Tommy Robinson makes a last-ditch save after 1 minute and 48 seconds. Jair clears. Alberto, big ball up. Roy, after 2 minutes, can he get us ahead? He fouled him? What? That's a yellow. Good. That's a good start. Literally hadn't even got tired. He hadn't even had the chance to get even 1% tired. Okay. Well, the good thing is, assuming we draw anything above 3, well, anything below 3 goals draw is we will progress. So a 0-0 draw will progress. A 1-1 draw will progress. A 2-2 draw we will progress. Obviously, if we win, we'll progress, and if we lose, we'll go out. If we drew 3-3, it would go to extra time. Although I don't think, considering we've already had a man off, that we will score 3. That said, Alberto, great bit of defending. Fall. Brandfilov smashes over the bar. We could have done with a goal there, Mr. Brandfilov. Lund, Brandfilov, no. Storr hits it over, thank God for that. This is pretty pathetic, this round of games. We couldn't have asked for really more of a plum draw either. There were some quite big teams. Betis, the team Real Betis, who won it only a couple of years ago, they were in the qualification round somehow. Must have had a poor season in La Liga. Similarly, teams like Chelsea and big Italian teams were coming in the 4th round. So, we were not guaranteed an easy draw, especially considering we're not some kind of champion or actually very good. We only qualified later, although I guess we have a higher seed than some clubs from countries with lower coefficients. But we got a fairly easy draw, and if we went out here, it'd be a massive disappointment. I want the money and I want the prestige that come from playing in the Europa League group stages. I'd love to get out of the group stages. Brandfilov crosses. Riedel at the back post. What a header that was. Oh, what an absolute stunning header. Absolutely stunning header. Good old Lee, thank you. What a header from Riedel. Where was he? Oh, miles out. It's like an arrow. Sends it back where it came from, into the far corner. Riedel has now got 2 goals in the first 5 games of the season. It's a sensational run of form by him. Brandfilov crosses. Jair nearly scores again. It's this replay of the first game away in Israel. Okay, so we're winning. That's good. They now need to score 2 to go through, which makes me feel comfortable. I don't think we'll concede 2. I mean, I hope we don't concede 2. Someone's also on low fitness. Chavaria. Novotny, come on then, fella. Okay, Laveau. Johansson. What are you going to do, boy? Laveau. Big ball up. Fall. Can he get there ahead of his man? He doesn't quite. Good defending. De Jeu. Lund. De Haan. Reyes. De Haan. Lund. Come on. Pressure him at least, for crying out loud. Lund. That's it, Blackler. Go on. No, it's not. It's Brandfilov. Go on. That's it. That's it. Go on. Who in there is it? Man, it's like that scene in The Simpsons. Come on, team. Okay, so we're finally moving away from the boring Reyes, De Haan, De Jeu triangle. Alberto now. He's got a lot to do up on his own up front there. Blackler, big ball up for Novotny. Novotny, can he get round the back of his man? He doesn't, but he gets a corner. That's nice. 57 minutes gone. The washing machine is winding down as Brandfilov takes the corner. Riedel again. Doesn't get there. Novotny, Brandfilov. Alberto, off his bum. Out for a goal kick. Kirsten, come on. Come on, fella. Riedel. Alberto. Svartide. He only gets a yellow. Somehow, I don't know what on earth Roy could have done up there in the 3rd minute to get a red card. Straight red in the 3rd minute. Doesn't happen often. But we'll go, Novotny. Actually, the who was it? Bnei Yehuda, the Israeli team we played in the last round. They had a man sent off after about 11 minutes in the second leg, which definitely helped our progression into the next round. I'm going to bring on take off Brandfilov, take off Fall. That's going to have to do, even though we have a game coming up soon. I hope it's not Spurs. I'm pretty sure it isn't. Alberto, Blackler, good header. Brandfilov is taken out by Lund. Lund gets booked. Brandfilov will come off in a moment. But first, Blackler to Riedel. To Laveau. To Fall. Who crosses to no one. Alberto doesn't quite get there. No, but we do manage to get the ball for a throw. Can we make the substitution now? The ball has been off the pitch. Thank you. Classic Wheatland triple substitution, a little bit later than usual. But there we go, Novotny. Riedel scores again. Novotny to Riedel. Riedel is the top scorer for the season so far, and I love it. I don't like Riedel. I love him. 10 men. We're beating the boys from the Netherlands, and it is as it should be. Roy off. Good old Roy. He was off after 3. Riedel, can he get a hat-trick? He does. Don't know how he did. That's one of those ones where you do wish you were watching the 3D, see what the hell the keeper did there. So Riedel's got his first ever professional hat-trick by shooting entirely along the goal line, and somehow the ball managed to go in. So 3-0, comfortable. Aga Hiffermann. Oh, what was his name? Oh, anyway, great save from Johansson. Lund crosses. Blackler clears Alberto. He's had a good game playing on his own up front, to be fair. Not had very many chances fall his way. Riedel's been clinical. Dohan to Reyes. We've seen this before. We know where this is going. Lund, Dohan to Reyes. Dohan to Lund to Reyes. Oh, they've actually managed to go forward, but Laveau gets in there and he clears nicely. They've had a better game of things this time around, but they haven't scored all of their chances this time, which makes a difference. Oh, Aga went through the goalkeeper, but was offside and was tackled. So that was a fun little moment of fear. Now then, Laveau to Shehu. Shehu, he crosses. Alberto fouls. Could we have another striker sent off? No, he only gets another yellow. I think he's been booked in every single game he's played so far. Possibly not the first. Possibly not the first game he played for us. Laveau up, attempting to give it up to Alberto. His demand. Yeah, Lund, De Jong. Great save again. He was offside, but what a save. What a save. Johansson. Big bullet to Alberto, but nothing. Laveau, the washing is done. I will do that in a moment. Blackler out to Novotny. Novotny could have slipped it through for Alberto to run onto, but he didn't. Gilic, Novotny. Novotny went for an effort. Poor old Gilic was probably just a little bit... not Gilic, Alberto was just a little bit tired. Couldn't be bothered to turn around and run straight away again. Alberto, he's going past 1. He's going past 2. He gets tackled on the edge of the box and it's gone out for a throw. Blackler to Borgo to Blackler to Borgo to Blackler to Gilic to Blackler to Borgo. This is like the Reyes Dohan triangle, and Lund as well. Gilic, oh, he could have given it to Alberto quicker than that. Alberto gives it to Novotny. Novotny, oh, Shehu's absolute. Since I've given him that goal bonus, he's been absolutely dreadful at finishing. But we'll allow it. Zwarthout, De Jong, Lund, terrible effort. Not sure how they scored 2 in the last game, 3 in the last game, to be honest. I know one of them was an own goal. But Riedel has made up for that with a hat-trick here at the county ground. Swindon win and qualify for the Europa League group stages. Considering we thought we weren't even getting into Europe last season, we've done very well to qualify this far. Well done, lads. Good win for us. 9.8 rating for Riedel. That's very, very good. He's got a long way to go to join the top scorers of the competition. There's Sergio Dominguez, who's the 31-year-old Uruguayan striker for Sturm Graz. Anyway, I will be back, I guess. Depends what happens in the cup draws, really, and what we get for the group stages. But we'll definitely be back for the group stages, possibly before that with a League Cup appearance. So thanks, guys. See you later on. Bye, 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 bye.